Greetings, beautiful people. It's your girl, Yo. I hope you guys are having a good day. Come on in here. Come on in here. Let me see if I can whip this thing to a little sound, a little music. See what I can get back here. I hope y'all guys are doing good. Y'all come on in here and kick your feet up. Yeah, kick your feet on up for a minute. Let's listen to a little music while some of y'all come on in, and we're going to jump right on into the topic. The topic is behind every man, there's a woman. Keep coming. Hope y'all weathering this cold. I'm gonna come and show myself in just a minute, guys. Come on in here. Hit the like button on your way in and let people know that I'm alive. I'm live right now. I appreciate it. Hey, Mr. Keeman. What's up, sis? Yeah. Thanks for coming through. I'm gonna show myself in just a minute, y'all. Come on in here. Come on in here. Bushwashers, feel free. Come on in here. What's up, Edge? Peace and blessings to you. Good to see you as well. Yes. Hope all is well. Oh, come on in here. I'm getting ready to light my little incense and everything. Y'all know how I do when I bite y'all in my Crizzo. Come on, come on, come on. We'll have a good time today. Yeah. Come on. Light this incense. Mm-hmm. I got my incense lit. Oh, thank you, Cutting Edge. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it, baby. Thank you. Being up in that membership. Uh-huh. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, I'm getting real grown today, y'all. Here I come. I might have to move this incense. You can lift me up. Damn. Hey, everybody. Come on, come on. I got the incense going, the smoke blowing. I hope everybody's good. I hope everybody's doing good. Look, I might have to turn this music down a little bit to cut it off because I want to talk to y'all about something real good. Now, look here, look at here. Okay, let me go ahead and move this music down some. Let me see if I can nail that right quick. Just turn it down a little bit like that, right off. Right there. That might be a little bit too low. I don't know if y'all still can hear. Can y'all hear that music okay? I hope so. Okay, let me stop messing around. Okay, so this is my first live stream since since the New Year's has come in. I have been putting up little short videos and things like that, but this month right here of January is really really busy. It's a real busy month for me. So one of the reasons why I wanted to hey T Rail, what's going on, baby? One of the reasons why I wanted to do this live stream is because okay, first let me back up. You know how old people do, they used to do when y'all was growing up, they sit on the front porch. And everybody in the neighborhood live in different houses and they be sitting on the front porch. And they know everybody in the block. But they don't really mingle all that much. They just, hey, how you doing? They go on back in that house. But they still see what's going on. That's me. Okay, that's been happening for about the last couple of weeks. So although I'm in this YouTube streets, right? And y'all don't see me everywhere, I'm on the block. And I know what's going on in my block. So, you know what I'm saying? So I don't say it, but I know what's going on in my block. And one of the things that's going on these YouTube streets, which is in my block that I'm on or a part of, is people are talking about different relationships. You know, all these people with all this relationship advice, right? And everybody have that opinion entitled to their opinion on their relationships. But let me tell you something why I feel like I should be a scholar in this shit. First of all, yesterday was my 45th anniversary. 45. What's up, beautiful one? Thanks for stopping through, baby. I appreciate your support. It said, look at HEA Oh, and this gorgeous woman, listen to cooking. Thank you, baby. Keep on cooking up. Look, I cooked a turkey 2 days ago, and because I knew the snow and stuff was coming. So look, warm up. So back to the point. Let me stop. Beautiful, you distracted me. So so listen. So yeah, it was 45 years yesterday. Okay, and then so I feel like I can tell y'all something. First of all, not only was I a teen bride because I was 18 years old, right? Brain not fully developed. That's what they say. Your brain don't fully develop till you're 25. Okay. So I can tell you right now, behind every man there's a woman. You know, notice I said, let's talk about this title. Notice I said there's a woman. I didn't say there was a good woman. I said there's a woman. Meaning that not all women are good and not all women are bad. But at the same time, behind every man, you don't always have a good woman behind you. You have to decipher that. And there's nothing new under the sun. Because if we go back to biblical times, you think about the relationship between Samson and Delilah in the Bible, right? You guys can go and look it up, but I'm just going to give you a brief synopsis of this. So his father told him, don't go down there fooling with them Philistines. That's a whole different type of nationality, race group, and they do different things, right? His dad said, man, don't go down there fooling with that woman. I know she's pretty and all of that, but stay away from her, right? And that group of people, you don't want to mess with them. And you know what he said to his dad? He said, oh, no, Dad, she does me well. So he went on a murder, okay? So what happened to Samson? The story goes that the woman that he married, or the Delilah that he was with, and having sex with and living with and all of this, what she did was she really liked that group of people. That was her family. So what she did was she tricked them. She, got him on. He tried to find out what the secret to his long hair, where he get all these strength from, how did he get strong? Well, where's his strength come from? Well, come to find out, y'all know the story. The strength was his hair, right? He had 7 braids, so he had dreads, but that's where the strength came from. He told her the secret. Once she found out the secret, he was laying in her lap, and he was going to sleep. They did a little thing. She was rubbing his head and all that stuff. He was nice and comfortable. She got him all comfortable. What she do? She sent a messenger down to her people while he was asleep to come on up to the crib where they was. And guess what they did? They shaved his hair. He lost his strength. That's the betrayal of this woman that this man is trusting. So when I say, that's just one example. Let me give you another one. This is before the beginning of the time, back in the biblical time. Look at Adam and Eve. Look how Eve convinced Adam to go along with her and take a piece of that forbidden fruit. See? You see what she did to him? So I want to let you know, you have to really be careful, men, about women that you have behind you, right? And most people can look at a man, especially someone seasoned at my age, can tell whether or not the man have a good woman behind him by the way he moves. Women can be very manipulative, persuasive, vindictive, cunning, conniving, but on the other hand, they could be loving, nurturing. It could be all those things, right? But the man has to be the one to decipher what he's getting into. And most men's hang up in choosing a woman is going after her outer appearance. They look at that as beauty. But what they forget is beauty fades. They're not looking at the heart of the woman. They're looking at the ass of a woman. And sometimes the woman wind up making them the ass. You understand? So, another thing. I know I'm going in on this one because it's a lot that I want to say. Let me tell you something else. I'm going to go back to this biblical thing and let's relate this to what's going on today, right? Okay, so y'all remember the story of Jezebel. So Jezebel, she had a king. She married a king, right? So she was the wife of a king. And so he had all this authority to write letters and stuff. And back then they would write little notes and stuff to people to get to deliver it, So what she did was she pretended like she was a husband and wrote a little note to another king, and she just said, "Okay, we're gonna be doing fasting." This is what she said, and we want to sit at your table because you're having this big lavish dinner, and at this place they're having all these orgies and things like that. So her husband and her went at the seat of the table. He was a righteous man, but she got them all involved in threesomes and all that shit. Look at some of these couples today that's trying all this new wave shit. You know, look at all these new couples that get married and stuff. They start off as just being them, and they want to explore because somebody bored in a relationship. They talk about adding other people in. You know, let's just see. Now let's bring it to reality. Look at Candace, that was on Housewives of Atlanta, and her husband Todd. Didn't they do some of that kind of stuff? Huh? You see how you do all that kind of? Listen, behind every man there's a woman. See, because sometimes the men are so easy to persuade. The women can con them and persuade them to do things that they wouldn't ordinarily do. So you men have to be very careful. And I know some of the women gonna get pissed off at me and be saying, "Oh, yo, you should be saying that because women is this and women is that." Yeah, but women can be just as bad as the men can. They do just as much wicked stuff as they do when it comes to hurting feelings and things like that in relationships. Yeah, go to the ultimate limit, right? Let's go back to the Bible. Let's look at Job. You remember Job? Job was a faithful man to God. He prayed and stuff. He was blessed by God. He had all of these. He had children. He had all this wealth and all this stuff. Then he had the devil come and tempt him and put all these curses on him because the devil was telling God, "Well, I bet you I can get Job." But Job stayed true, right? But here go the wife and Job was here. Why he's fighting, resisting because he going through losing sons and boils and stuff all on his body and all this stuff. He going through all of this stuff. And here go the wife and Job here. But why don't you just curse God? Just curse God. Curse God. He ain't doing you no good. But Job stood fast. So not all men listen to the women. You see what I mean? Not all of them. But there's a lot of them that do. And I'm talking to the ones that all the men, when I say behind every man there's a woman, I want to just encourage men and bring it to your attention to make sure you have a good woman behind you, not a woman that you're looking at that's going beauty fades, and not a woman that's going to be there for you for temporary, just to be on your arm to show off because she's cute and all this shit. If a woman can't bring you no substance, then that's not the woman for you. No, if a woman can't build you up, that's not the woman for you. Because you can remember this: a woman can build a man up, or they can tear them down. You understand? So this is why I'm coming out here. You sharing this beautiful one? Now I'm telling you the truth. It's for real. And not only have I been married to my husband since I was 18 years old. Excuse me. And I married to him at 18 years old with nothing. Nothing. I didn't even have a job. He was in the military. He just went into basic training. He just came out of basic training for the Army, right? And so we eloped. No wedding, none of that shit. Went to the courthouse. He went to work the next day. And I was started to become the so-called housewife for 2 minutes. And my black hand pastor right on out there found me a job. He didn't want me to work. Got there in a different state. He was like, "No, I don't want you to work. I'm going to take care of you." I'm like, that ain't what I'm made of. We learning each other. See, all this beginning shit. No, and when he came home from the job, I was driving a taxi cab. I wound up getting a job as a taxi cab driver because I got in the taxi. Because at that time I didn't have a vehicle there. He had we only had one. So, and I used the taxi to go to the store. And I asked that taxi cab, I was like, "Hey, yo, how did you get this job?" He told me. I called down there. They say I had my driver's license. I was driving ever since I was 16. The permit, but I was driving before then. And when he came home, I had a job and had one ever since. I've been working since I was 14 years old, right? But back to the topic. So I can tell you guys, the topic basically is I can tell you about young teenage love and being married young, like I said, at 18, midlife, and through 40s, through the 20s, through the 30s, through the 40s. I am 63. I'm all the way up to senior. So I can tell you all them stages of how that thing works. And like I said, everybody's relationship is different. But at the same time, I've been around the world and been getting around other people and watch other people with their relationships and how that thing works, right? So I know what's right, what's wrong, what look good, what works, right? So that's why I wanted to bring that stuff to y'all. And let me say this too. Everybody is not marriage material. Straight up. Everybody's just not marriage material. And the reason why I said it is because if you're not a person that's about building with someone and sharing your entire life with one single person, being dedicated, being motivated to support one another, because it's definitely a partnership. It is definitely a partnership in a business. And there's a whole lot of give and take, you know. You kind of lean to you listen to what they have to say and try to make their dreams come true, some of their little goals and desires. And at the same time, men, you have to do the same for the woman in order for both parties to be satisfied in a relationship. It cannot be one-sided. It can't come in a relationship, come on, this mine and that's yours and that's that. And no, there's no such shit as that. There's no such shit as mine and yours. It's ours. Because again, we are one. The Bible says when y'all get together in a union, y'all are one. Y'all on one accord, you become as one. And a lot of reasons why you become as one is because you be together so long, you already know how that person's gonna think. You already know what they're gonna say. You already know how they feel without them saying how they feel. And let me back this thing up. I'm gonna break it down to you too, Bridget. I'll break it down. Let me tell you something. Let's go back to this man. Behind every man is there's a woman. Think about this. A woman bores a child. She borns the baby, the male child. She brings him here. She holds that boy child in her belly for 41 weeks. That's the normal time, right? That boy hears her heartbeat, her voice. If she's talking to somebody, whether she's emotional, whether she's happy, whether she's sad, whatever her emotions are, that male child, along with the baby, a female, but I'm talking about the male, feel every bit of it. See? Then after it comes out, the mama nurtures it. Oh, she pats it when it falls down, and she hugs it, and she kisses the boo-boos, and hug on the war scars, and all of these things, right? And it makes the male child feel some type of way. So when he become an adult, go up to little teenage years, he's looking for a little girlfriend, he got all these emotions, he don't know what to do. But there's this one girl that just reminds him of how sweet she is because his mama is so sweet and kind to him. That's the one he's attracted to. That's the one he wants. You see what I'm saying? So a woman is always into a man's mix. Whether they think they're making their decisions on their own and they're moving their way, no. In your situation today, I'm talking to all you men. If you look at your situation today, 9 times out of 10, the woman had a lot to do with where you are right now in your life. A woman. If you're a single dad raising your children, the mama not there, she has something to do with that breakup because it takes 2, not just one, it takes 2, right? If you're on a job, man, gentlemen, that you don't like, it's because maybe the woman didn't let you or allow you to live out your dreams and didn't help you push you along to the job that you wanted to be in, right? Because she made you take a faster choice because maybe she got pregnant, you had children, you had to be a construction worker or something. That's bad. Instead of that lawyer that you wanted to go to school for. Some of you may have to sell drugs and stuff like that. Try to make that fast money to take care of the babies. It's a whole lot of reasons why you are where you are, but the main reason is because chances are that woman, that partner of yours that was that woman, got you in a situation, good or bad. You see what I'm saying? Good or bad. And I'm not trying to say you can blame everything on a woman, but at the same time, they have power. You guys know that they have power. If they didn't have so much power, she wouldn't be the most desired thing in the world. You guys wouldn't break up your happy homes and run behind women after women when you got one at the house. And speaking of that, running behind women, when you have one at the house, ladies, all men cheat. All of them. All of them. You might say, yo, why you say that? All women cheat too. You might say, damn, yo, why you saying that? Because it's true. The Bible tells you, so is a man thinking, So is he. So if you, male or female, has ever imagined having intercourse with someone else, fantasizing about someone else, in biblical terms or spiritual terms, you already did it. So that's cheating, right? That's cheating, okay? Because you're thinking it. And if you think something, you might well go on and do it. Because you have done it, right? You see it, Diane, that's right. Tell them about it. Yeah. And some people might say, well, that Bible ain't true, that Bible ain't true. Listen, I'm not here to say whether the Bible true and all this stuff like that, because everybody know people have their hands in all kinds of stuff in this world. But a lot of things that's in the Bible as far as the way of life has been tried and tested. Okay? And I can tell you about a wife in this Bible right here, King David, his wife. I can tell you, Jezebel, what she did. All of these women were wild women, and they did stuff to kill, to do murder, murder for hires and all this kind of stuff. Look at what happened to our so-called YNs today. Look at how people, they setting each other up, they rob each other, and they have women in play and all that kind of stuff. It's nothing new under the sun. So you men have to be careful about the women that you choose, because we can be building you up or we can tear you down. And that's a fact. Okay? So don't be getting, I'm going to drop this link in case y'all want to talk. But don't get too comfortable, with, just anybody. Don't go so fast picking your mate, especially if you plan on having them for a while. And then here's another thing too. Some of y'all be like, oh, well, I'm gonna wait till I get a little bit older. I ain't gonna get married too young. I'm gonna test the waters and all. Listen. That's because if you're a person like that, it's because you're indecisive on what you really want, and you really not trusting that right person is out there for you, right? You really don't have time to take your time to search for that mate that you really want. I see Mr. Kiwi back here. I'm gonna add her to the stage. I have not been reading the comments. I'm not bad. She probably come and tell me. Hey, Shirley.
Oh no! Hold up.
You didn't mean to do that? You didn't mean to come
I
up?
knew you was gonna pull me up. No, I was gonna drop the link.
Oh, I thought you told me to pull you up. Okay, all right. I thought I missed something in the chat. You was trying to tell me something. Okay. Well, go ahead. And I
want you to finish. I'll come back up when you're done.
Yeah, but I'm done. I'm pretty much done. I'm pretty much done on what my talking points are, But I was dropping the link because what was I dropping the link for? Mr. Keeping You. That's my Shirley. That is my Shirley. I'm here to tell y'all. That's my Shirley. Oh, I was just talking about men not knowing what they want and keep on trying to drag it out and all this. Listen. Oh, I'm gonna put you back down real quick, Shirley. I'll put you back up, okay?
Yes.
Go ahead, this. Okay. All right. Did I do it? Okay, y'all, listen. That's my Shirley right there. Y'all know what me and Mr. Keeper do. But look, I wanted to tell you this too. Okay, a lot of reasons why people stay married for a long time too. Like, I mean, when you the reason why you shouldn't wait so long to get married, if you feel like that's what you want to do, and a lot of y'all be saying, well, if I get married too early, I don't have this, I don't have that. I don't have enough money. I don't have the house to put her in. You're always thinking about the things that you don't have. Well, here's the thing. It's better not to have a whole lot. It's better to start together, right? And build together. That is love in that struggle. It's something in that struggle that makes you tighter. You'll be tested, Both of y'all are tested under pressure, And when you tested under pressure, beautiful things happen, right? Beautiful things happen. You just have to be strong enough to weather the storm. And then when your old girl, if y'all got married all along, and when your old girl look like me, with a little wrinkle here, a little fat underneath here, you know what I'm saying? They remember you for your good days, right? Because your good days outweigh your bad days. They had you win in your prime, when your body was what it was supposed to be. And most of all, they know you from inside out. Not outside in. They know you for real. They know you better than your mom and daddy know you, the one that born you. You understand what I'm saying? That's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing, and it don't get old. You become friends. You know what I'm saying? You friends, you're inseparable. Although he be in his space, I'll be in my space. But I'm talking about can't nothing come between you. And I want to talk about the do's and the don'ts. Okay, let me tell you the do's and the don'ts about this thing. Behind every man, there's a woman. Listen, man, if you have a woman behind you, it's not a good idea to let her be friends with your friends, your guy friends. That's not cool. It's not a good idea. I was always taught don't bring the vagina to your house. Let them go get it. Same for the man. Don't bring the penis to your house. Let her go get it. You see? Do not bring your male friends around your woman. That's a no-no. I've seen a lot of people in relationships break up because they dibbling and dabbling with the old boys. It's smiling in the men's faces, the husband's faces. I saw that stuff in the military when I was traveling with my husband, right? I know women that's had babies by the man that her husband's friend, and the husband to this day think that baby is his. I've had a friend that had relationships outside of her relationship with that guy friend, and she had an abortion. He never knew that she was pregnant. I'm just trying to tell you it's not a good idea to bring no men around your women. And for women, it's another thing too. You women, don't get on this internet disrespecting your husband or boyfriend or partner, someone you say you love. Don't do that. That's not cute. It makes you look bad. Why would you come out here and tell his innermost thoughts and feelings? It takes a lot for a man to tell you how he's really feeling from way down in the inside, from the core of him. That's why some men go and pay strippers and hookers and side bees, and then y'all get mad at them because they got all the tea, because they didn't feel comfortable in talking to you. Yeah, you understand? And when I said behind every man there's a woman, hey, you men that's looking for those side pieces and those hookers and strippers thinking that that's going to replace that wife or that main squeeze that you got at the house, you're sadly mistaken, because you're going to be running back to her. If not, you'll be running back to somebody else that you're going to want to be locked and loaded with and live the rest of your life with. See, because to those side chicks and things like that, you ain't nothing but a trick. They used to hearing playing guys like y'all. You know, you just a lick for them. They are some heartless women out here. Just like there's some heartless men. The women play it sometimes harder than the men do. I've seen it. I've seen it. You know, what's up, Biz? What's up, baby? Yeah, I've seen women play men harder than I've seen men play women. Let's just put it like that. Okay? So don't think that you can outsmart her and, you know, and think that you can go with the little side piece right there, have a little good time, you know, because that wife or the partner that you live with and pissed you off and things like that. But she's gonna know anyway. And most of the time, the wife and the partner that you live with, they know before you start cheating. They already know what you're doing. They already know you're doing something because they know you. They know your moves, right? Yeah. So yeah, don't get caught up in that bullshit. Okay, I dropped the link. Oh, Miss Kiva, drop that link for me. Look, I'm gonna drop the link so y'all can come up here and chat with me. Any type of relationship questions, I'm your girl. 45 years in, I'm your girl. And you say, yo, why you keep on saying, yeah, I'm bragging. That right there is an accomplishment. That, along with my children having my babies, is the most beautiful thing I ever done in my whole entire life. I ain't talking about no diplomas. I ain't talking about none of that shit. I ain't talking about no job awards on the job and all that shit. My most prized possession, my most prized accomplishment in my life is having a son and a daughter, which is my family, my husband, and our 45 years of union. And by the way, this is the 27th. On the 30th of this month, my son will be turning 30 years old. My boy. And I'm so proud of my babies. And he is going to be going over to Ireland when he'll be there on his birthday. That'll be his first across the country trip. I'm really proud of my accomplishment. And because That's hard work. That's a damn accomplishment that anybody should stand for. And was all of those hand holding and hugs and kisses? Hell no. Sometimes you piss me off. Like, hey, look, hey, wait a minute, nigga, go up. And sometimes he be like, look, girl, all right, girl, we ain't talking right now. You have that. You get to a stage and a plateau in your relationship where sometimes you don't even have to say shit. It's all good. We good. We good. You know what I mean? It's just like that. That's life. That's how it is. It ain't none of this shit you see on TV. And I showed y'all that video today I put out here telling y'all about water, if your water cut off and shit, what to do. I learned all that stuff growing up as a child and having raising kids and all of that stuff. Yeah, ice again. Yeah, it is. He was saying that it's going to be warmer over in Iceland than it is here. Yeah, yeah. But I was like, I'm worried about it though because he have to drive to DC, and our roads are still real icy and bad. So he's going to be driving there. And when they leave from DC, it's only going to take them like 6 hours to get there, leaving from Washington. And I'm just worried about the ice, the drive up, over there. But other than that, I'm not worried about him because he know how to make it do what it do, right? Yeah. But yeah, y'all. So I hope I helped some of y'all. What you said? Say it again, Laverne. What I'm supposed to say, Shirley? Oh, you back here? Want to pull you up? I'm adding you up, Shirley.
Listen, I know they be getting a kick out of me and you and these technology devices.
It's a big mess, especially when I don't come on here for a while, and I be wanting to come on, but there be so much going on. Diane Preston said, teach, yo. That's right, baby. I don't mind teaching. I don't mind helping. My friend love you, Miss Your Thoughts. For real. Oh, thank you, beautiful one. Oh, thank you. Tell them I said, hey, how you doing?
Hey.
Yeah. But what's up, Shirley? What's going on?
Well, first, I just wanted to say congratulations to you and your 45th wedding anniversary and your nuptials, your relationship, going through your trials, tribulations, and being able to celebrate your milestones and your accomplishments
Oh, Lord.
individually
Oh,
and
Lord.
together. Salute to
Oh,
you.
Lord. Thank you, Shirley.
You don't hear about people being together and especially for that amount of time and being able to really, not brag, but just celebrate it,
Yeah, I'm happy about that thing. And I'm gonna tell you something else. I'll do it all over again. That's the thing.
Amen.
I'll do it all over again. You know, I could have been many places, but I chose to do this. If I wasn't married to that guy, I wouldn't have my two beautiful children that I love so much. They're my whole world. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Yeah,
they
man.
are.
Shit, if he did nothing, he did that. I tell him that shit all the time too. I be messing with him. He be like, "Damn,
Yes,
your
indeed.
mine too." His chest stuck all out and shit. You know how they do.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna be up here long, and you really don't need a whole lot of ad lib or any, anybody to really or me to expound on what you were saying. But the only thing that I feel pressed to add is that when you have a woman behind you, you're going to either choose wisely or choose foolishly. It's
Yeah,
going to be one of the two, but you're going to get one or the other. And
yeah,
I truly believe that even though both parents are very instrumental and needed in raising a well-rounded offspring, the fact
hmm,
of the matter is that it's the mom that will set, especially for her sons, will set the foundation of expectation of how to choose and what to expect from a potential mate. That's
that's
super
right.
important. And either we
Hmm.
set them up for success or we set them up for failure.
It
Even
is.
though I just wanted to say this, I didn't mean to cut you short.
Oh,
But what I wanted to say here is that ultimately it's their decision. So we can set the foundation and we can give the example and we can put our best foot forward. But the fact of the matter is ultimately it's their choice. But that was it.
yeah, that's true. Well, thank you, Shirley. I appreciate you adding that. That's true. They're gonna make the choices, and we are supposed to raise them in the way that they should go. That's our job right there, right?
Yes.
We show them, and the male sons and the daughters, but we talk about the men. We show them the way to go. We show them what it looks like as mothers to have the right woman in your life when it comes to nurturing, taking care of the home, taking care of you. as that human being, right? We showed them how to do it. And a lot of women will go to the mother-in-laws and all of that to see what was his favorite meal so they can just cook it and learn the meal to impress them and all that. But ladies, ladies, it's really cute. But can't nobody do it like you. Don't worry about what mama did. That was what mama did. Try to see, get to know your man and add in your extra spices. He gonna start loving the things that you cook for him. Don't try to compete with mama. No, you're not more than mama, but your relationship is different than mama and son. You see, when you're a lover, it's different. Yeah, it's much different. So yeah, he'd appreciate your attempt to try to learn what he needs and what he likes and his desires. Yeah, when it comes to food and all that kind of and comfort and peace. But most of all, oh yeah, sure, thanks for that. But I want to, and if you want to go, I understand. I know you got something to do, but I want the women to really know and the men to know, whatever woman you have behind you, just make sure that she brings you peace in all things, even when you're going through the struggle. If that woman can't bring you peace or have kind words or some kind of uplifting thing that she can say to you to get you through that, it ain't the woman for you. Straight up. Straight up.
So the other day,
Mhm.
I went to the store with my son, and he stayed out in the car, and because I just ran in to grab something. I went to
Uh-huh.
check out, and there was this. Okay, so there was this. I don't know. He preferred men. There was a young man at the front that preferred, men or
Yes.
whatever. And we
Uh-huh.
got talking, and I don't know how, I can't remember right off the bat how we ended up on the subject of a man and a woman cooking for her man, but we ended up there. He
Okay.
was younger. He was probably in his maybe late 20s, and he looked at me and he said, "Women nowadays don't cook." And I
Mm.
said, "Well, they should."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Well, good luck. Good luck with your son finding a woman that cooks." Oh, I remember
Mm.
what it was, because I had said that my son don't like to eat out a whole lot. He likes home cooked meals. That's
Right.
what it
Uh-huh.
was. And
Mm-hmm.
he was like, "Oh, so you making up hard for him, for the women out there that he gonna end up with." And I
Uh-huh.
said, "Well, women should be able to cook something." I
Mm-hmm.
said, there are certain responsibilities and roles that, whether she stay at home, whether she bears children, whatever, it goes with the territory of being a wife. You should be able to whip up a meal, especially if your husband going out there working, coming home, yada yada yada, right?
Yeah.
But
Uh-huh.
he was totally, and he looked at me. You know how they get expressive, right? And he looked
Yeah.
at me all expressive, like, whatever. Good luck with that.
That's just hard. That's all I can say.
That's what I'm saying. And I said, believe it or not, we still have some out there. It may not be, as
Yeah.
popular, as revered as it used to be. I
Yeah.
said, but if you, what's that old saying? The quickest way to a man's
Man's
heart
heart is
is through his stomach.
yeah. Yeah. You gotta know how to you listen, you gotta know how to break slow down. And talking about I told you I cooked that turkey, Shirley, remember? I did that.
Yeah.
The day before that I cooked a big old pot of spaghetti and stuff. And I talked to my son. He called, was like, Mama, what you cooking? I said, I already done cooked. I said, what you cooking? How about we cook the same thing? He lived on his own. And we cook the same thing.
Mhm.
You see how that is? And like I said, he be 30. So he cooking at his house the same thing I'm cooking at my house. I talked to my mama. She had a pot of beef stew on the stove. I talked to my sister. She had white beans and stewed tomatoes on her stove. Listen, we be believing in putting on pots. And we don't care if we one or two people in the house. Something gonna be cooked on that stove where you can be able to warm something up. Yeah. You can be able to warm
Yeah.
something up.
There's value in moving like a
Yeah.
wife, especially if you want to be one.
Yeah, and that ain't being no slave and all that. Some women kill me with all this this mess about, I ain't trying to cook. I want to go out to eat, and we don't go on date night. Look, let me tell you something about that date night shit. You can have date night right at home, and just have a beautiful time at home. You play your little music. I don't know how many date nights my husband and I had right at home. because a lot of times we work all week long. We were both working and shit, slinging children, pots and pans, and all this kind of stuff, right? With a little business and everything. And when we had a chance to have a couple of hours to ourselves, we would blast up the music, have that stereo jumping, heat wave, always and forever. Each moment with you. Your boy, she slow dancing, and then we'll jump that thing up to Tina Marie, Rick James, and the OJs. Got to give the people what they want. Shoot, get some refills on our little sip and have a good time. Then we get time to like, okay, baby, love you, night, 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 night. He go in his hole, I go in mine. Come on now. Shit, that's a beautiful thing. Wake up in these mornings and say, Lord, I had a good time last night. Let me went to the club.
We had a club at home.
I had a good time. I had a good time at the house. You know what I say? We have a
And
good
back
time.
in the day, we had those loudspeakers, the big
Yes.
boxes where you sounded like you
Yeah.
was in a club with them, those little stereos and phonographic players and tape recorder,
Yes.
8-track tapes and all of that.
Beautiful one said, we still love to hear your voice. Well, I love to sing too. I be singing Ray all the time. I got my baby girl sing too. I call her my little hummingbird. I just love it. I just love it. Yeah, I make up songs and sing. Used to do that to put them to sleep, make up songs to even put my babies to sleep. And they still remember this song. And when I interviewed my daughter on here, she said, Mama, please don't sing that song. Don't let anybody know that song. I said, I couldn't do it. She said, Mama, if you do it, I'll never come back on YouTube again. That's what but yeah, but that's just joy, it's a lot of joy having you guys picking you men and women, but I'm talking to the men, picking that woman that stands behind you, right? That's right there to support you, to lift you up, go with you, and go through it with you, through good times and bad times. It's always good to have a partner there, and there's nothing wrong with listening to some of the things that her, like if she give you, say if you have a something that you're worrying about, there's nothing wrong with sharing it with her and asking her, well, what do you think? Although you make the ultimate decision, it's okay to ask her. Maybe helping you get through what you're trying to go through, and it might be like, baby, I never thought of that moment. Good idea, right? So I mean, I'm just saying that's what partners do. They work together for the same goal, and the goal is to have a happy home, a happy, peaceable home, right? That's it. So
Period.
yeah. So just and I want you guys to really remember now. Don't be looking at the outside. Y'all do too much on that superficial bullshit. Y'all do too much, and that's where y'all mess up at. That's where y'all mess up at. Remember those stories I told y'all about Samson and all that? Them things that happened way before your time, believe it or not. But even if you don't want to believe that story, just look in your families. Look at what happened to grandpa and grandma and all these other people, aunts and uncles that have relationships that fell down. Just look around. You'll see what works and don't work. Shit. I'm just here to try to help you a little bit, tell you a little something, little bit I know. But anyway.
Because at the end of the day, gravity wins.
Oh yeah, and it's okay. Shit, it's okay. Shit, it's okay. But here's another thing. If the gravity do win, let me ask you something, fellas. For these, every man that got that good woman that's behind them. If you got sick and twisted in a wheelchair, a stroke or somewhere, you couldn't make nothing move. Would she be the one that's gonna help you that hard time? See, you gotta consider all of that stuff when you talk about picking a woman, because again, and not all men and not all women, but all of them are not there to help you. They can be there to harm you. So you have to be really careful. Yeah, that's just my breaker 19 for you guys. Okay. Anybody else have any more questions and want to talk about anything about this topic? Let me know. If not, y'all know me. I'm gonna roll right on about here. Thank you so much, beautiful one. I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for y'all support. Thank you, Cutting Edge. Thank y'all for clicking the like button, typing in the chat, and just coming through for your old girl. I appreciate that. I really don't have to go, but I just wanted to, give y'all a chance to come up. I should have been reading the daggone comments, though. They probably said some shit and I ain't even see it. Thank you, Diane. I appreciate it. I think she said happy. She said happy. She's telling me congratulations and stuff like that. Thank you, baby. Okay, beautiful one. You up next, You up next. I love chatting to my man. That's right. You up next. That song, We can do it for hours, but they can talk. I remember falling asleep on the daggone phone talking to my boo too. You hang up, no, you hang up. The same dude.
Oh, I used to fall asleep on the phone with mine.
Yeah, the same dude. And then I'm gonna tell you what's to wake us up. My daddy used to pick up the phone, you know, the long cord. Hey Gus, time for you all to get up off that phone right now. You probably listening the whole time.
How was it with dads doing that? Mine, instead of coming in my room and knocking on my door, he
Yeah.
felt the need to just kind of do that on the phone. I used to be so
Uh-huh.
embarrassed.
It was embarrassing as hell. He used
Yeah.
to say, time to
Hey, why you gotta do that?
get up off that time for y'all to get up off that phone right now. And I was just thinking, damn, what did he say anything that was too frisky? The daddy would have heard. I used to be like, oh
Oh,
shit.
listen, I used to be able to tell when they picked up that other phone. I
My
had
daddy
a,
was good.
I
He
had
was
an extra ear for that.
You did shut up. My daddy was slick with that shit. You never knew his hand was on. All you could hear was that big old deep bass voice coming over the time y'all get up off that phone right now, gal. And then sometimes he'll answer, he'll do it and say, hey Gussie, did you finish your homework? I would say, and my voice go up, yes, sir. Well, I'm sure he could find something else to do if he ain't got no homework. I'd be like, yes, sir. And then he hang up the phone. And then I would tell my husband, I would say, well, I guess I gotta go. With the back voice, like, I guess I gotta go. And he'd be like, I'm gonna holler at you later. He'd be like, hurry up,
Yeah, they'd be the first ones to hang
was
up. My
scared.
daddy was rude. I ain't gonna even front. My daddy, get off that phone, girl. It's past your time. Why you still on this phone? I used to be like,
Yeah.
oh man. Like it
He
did
was-
discourage me from sneaking though.
Yeah. Well, one thing I didn't do, I never did run away from home, like sneak out the window to go to no parties and stuff. I ain't do no shit like that. But when I made my big break, and when I did it, I went to an elope. I went into a whole new state to get married. My daddy had a fit, boy. He had a fit. Who had a fit? But it
You
was too
didn't
late.
build up to it. You shocked the whole family.
The whole entire family on both sides. It was like, oh, and that's another thing I want to tell y'all men too. That just reminded me. Okay, so some of you men that's in relationships right now, if you think that you're getting away with abusing your woman in any kind of way, I'm talking about verbally or physically, but mostly verbally or whatever way you're doing it, right? And if you think that she don't have a bag packed on an escape route or money tucked away that you don't know about, you're a damn fool. Just know that. And I'm sorry to tell you. Am I right, Shirley? Am I right? Shirley on
I
move.
was on real. Yes,
Am I-
you right on the money. Right on the money.
Ain't no
Yes.
woman that I've ever encountered in my 63 years that do not have an escape route from a dude, a husband or boyfriend or some in-house person or whatever that they live with and stuff. And he may have all the control of the money or think he got the control of the money, or they may have 2 kitties and all that. That woman is not putting everything that she have in the tuck. Ain't gonna do it. They're not doing that. You know, these women these days, they definitely ain't doing it. I'm trying to tell you now. And back
And
in the
back
day,
in the day, there wasn't a lot of
look at beautiful
large
women.
amount of women working, right? But now women work is known. So trust and believe they got their little money in the like
Yes.
she said, got their little money put up for that specific time.
Yep, and some of the women, fellas, have insurance on you, and y'all ain't even together no more. Life insurance.
Mhm.
I'm trying to tell you, some of the women that you've been with in your lifetime and in your relationships, and y'all was real close. She got that little social security number and things like that. She have a small life policy on you. Look at beautiful one left. I'm trying to tell you, they have life insurance on your ass, and you don't even know it.
You
See,
talking too much, sis. That's what she said.
I know I gotta tell the truth. I'm trying to help the guys, though, beautiful one. I'm trying.
The beautiful one said she ain't sharing this live no more.
Okay, beautiful, my bad. But I'm trying. I'm just trying to tell you how some women are. And somebody, if some of them, if they get caught, they're gonna say something like this. Well, I just had that just in case, your family ain't have enough to cover you. When really it was for their ass to have when you get put down in the damn ground. I'm just telling y'all the truth. Okay, so I'm gonna stop. I ain't gonna say nothing else.
I think that's my cue.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna cut it out there. Time out. Okay. So, y'all, this was a beautiful live stream. So, listen, thanks again, everybody, for coming. Thanks everybody for coming. Oh, and some of them nasty enough to have insurance on your children. If you have children, I know bitches like that. I'm just trying to tell y'all guys. Shirley, I'm just trying to tell
You
you.
was time out. What happened to time out?
Okay, Shirley, stop. Okay, listen.
I'm gone. I'm gone.
Laughing, okay, stop. Okay, y'all.
It's getting ready to go left for me.
Yeah, because, but you know, Shirley. Oh, y'all, this is so funny. She got me got tears in my eyes because she only know what I'm talking about. And Beautiful will say, don't say no more. Okay, so I'm not going to say no more. Okay, so members only conversation. That's what I need to do. Okay, so y'all listen. The next live stream I have, and if I give out any information to talk about anything that's like this, it's going to be members only. I promise. Okay, because yeah. But anyway, I enjoyed y'all. Thank y'all so much for coming through. I'm going to get up off of this thing right here. If nobody else want to take the link and ask any questions or just talk, just chop it up. Cool. I got it. What you said? I knew I was being plotted. I'm sorry, CP3. But it's better to know than not to know, right? It's better to know than not to know. I'm telling you. People are so tricky, you know. They're not gonna come clean and just say they just gonna do that sneaky shit, right? So don't get your feelings hurt and think that it's all, you know, love and they sneaky. We can be sneaky. We can be really sneaky and vindictive and manipulative. We can. I'm just saying. I love you too, Kitch. Kitchy. Yeah. Thank y'all. Okay, so I want to shut this live out, but I'm having fun. Y'all up here laughing. Got me laughing. Y'all got water in my damn eyes. Thinking about this slick shit, but that's what people do. Okay, and just make sure that they don't have a light bill in y'all name. Okay, y'all, I love y'all. I'm really ready to go. Thanks again, everybody, for coming. Thanks for the support, everybody. Thanks for clicking the like button and all that jazz. Okay, I'm gonna see y'all the next time, and behave yourself on these streets right here. Okay, all right. Peace, everybody.